Good morning and welcome back to the potting shed on this amazing July day. Now outside the sun is shining, there's a gentle breeze going around here. It's a great day to be in the garden. So I thought today I'd have a bit of fun. I've gathered together a whole load of rubbish that, well, most people call it rubbish. To me it's treasure. Pipes, bit of old wire, car battery, some paper cups. Everybody needs paper cups, and some sticky back plastic. And I thought with a bit of magic I could probably turn it into a hydroponics system.
Now 2 square metres can get you an awful lot of cottage garden there. Debbie's got the plants rammed in, and it can get you quite a bit of a pot garden as well. You can get a lot of plants in there. A nice little bit of a vegetable garden, you know, a couple of square metres there. You can get about 6 or 8 plants in. 2 square metres going vertical, get a load of other plants in. But I figured the best way to consider using 2 square metres was to think hydroponics. You can see here where we've got the pipes mounted. Now remember, these are just the old pipes I managed to get from a salvage yard. They're all drain pipes, sewer pipes I think. So with the frames here, and these are adjustable, 2 screws. 2 screws means I can take one out and I can tilt this up and down so I can get the right angle on the pipe. And these are the wooden stoppers that I've made from a bit of old wood. If you're making a plug to put into something, you don't really want the sides perfectly square. You actually want them chamfered a bit. And the reason is, as it goes in, it's easier to get it in the start, then you can knock it in and tighten it up. I'll put them in there, a little bit of plumber's seal around the outside, and that'll be a perfect seal. As you can see, I've got the piles of cups here, little stacks, and I've got a soldering iron. And the plan is that when it's hot enough, I will simply melt right the way through the bottom and through the top. So this is what you get. And with a bit of luck, I should be able to open it up. Can you see the egg on the side of my face there? That was a bit ill thought out. Yeah, I got the holes in fine, but it melted all the cups together and I can't get them apart. Anyway, take 2 and we'll work on 1 cup at a time. Here we are. I've got the cups, which you've seen. I've popped a couple of holes in the top so I can pull some of the sheep's fleece through it. And then I've literally run the soldering iron down the side of the cup to put 4 nice slots in, and I figure that that's enough for the roots to grow out of, but we'll see. Now Debbie has just asked me, why are the holes in this bottom one closer? Well, actually it's because I'm going to be growing smaller plants in there. Where you have larger plants to grow, you need a bit more space for them to actually breathe, but where I'm going to do smaller plants, I don't need so much space. Okay, so that's it in. The pipes are in, the plugs are in, the links are in, and believe it or not, it's all flowing. But it was a bit of a bugger. I put too steep an angle on the pipes. And what happened was, at this end of the pipe, which is slightly lower, there was a good 2 inches of water. But at this end of the pipe, they were dry. And the same kind of went all the way down. So I've adjusted the supports. I've reduced the amount of slope. I mean, you can see there's a very, very little slope on there, but that's all that it needs for that water to run down. So I'm very happy with that now. That seems to be working okay, and everything's got its feet in the water. Now the other thing I noticed was that with these cups, that they weren't quite far enough down, so the water wasn't quite deep enough. So all I've done is cut the bottom out and pulled the sheep's fleece down like a little wick, and then I've put that in the water. So now the sheep's fleece is in the water. It should wick up. I'll know tomorrow whether this is wet or not, and we'll see what happens with that. But other than that, do you know what? I'm quite happy with that. That's not bad at all. That is not bad at all. Pretty darn cool. So when you're asking me what I'm going to plant, I'm going to plant these. These are just a few lettuces that I grew. They're nothing fantastic. In fact, they're overcrowded. But what I thought I would do is I would pop these actually into the cups and just see if I can get anything out of them. So the way that I'm going to do it is I'm just going to take a plant itself, as you can see. I've got a tub of water down here just out of sight. Give it a bit of a wash. So what I'm after is the roots to be nice and clean. It doesn't matter if there's a tiny little bit of soil on. I mean, that's not going to break anybody's heart, is it? So what we've got is a nice bare root. Then if I take some of the fleece I've got here, the sheep's fleece, just dip it in the water a little bit to dampen it. Pop the plant inside the sheep's fleece and then literally pop it in the cup. Easy as that. Now what I'm going to do is, to the hole in the bottom, I'm just going to pull it down a little bit so that bottom bit sits in the water all the time, and then that's it. It's as easy as that. So I'm just going to get on and do a few of these, and then I'll keep an eye on them and I'll just see how they grow. Now, no one's told me you can't grow marigolds hydroponically, so let's give it a shot. Same process. I've washed the soil from the roots. I'm encasing the roots, not in that one because that's a bit mucky. I'm going to encase the roots in some of this beautiful natural sheep's fleece. It's just the old bits when the shearing's been done on the Isle of Errid, link down below. Dip it in water to get it going and then pop it in. Easy as that, really. You see. Now I'm even going to have a go of putting leeks into the hydroponic system and see what they look like. So that's the system, more or less finished really. I just need the solar panel on it. But as you can see, it's nice. I get about 30 odd plants and I'm using about 2 square meters of space. In fact, I'm using less than that because this is only one-sided. If I was doing two-sided in that space, I could probably get about 50 to 70 plants in. Now that would be interesting, wouldn't it? So you see, hydroponics can be installed really cheaply. These pipes I think cost me around about 10 quid, but you can probably get them even cheaper if you went to an old building site and asked for their offcuts. The paper cups, instead of 50 and 60 pence each, I got 50 of them for a quid, 2 pence each. The plastic piping I'm going to use as a bit of old hose pipe from the garden, and then I'm going to power the system up with one of my spare solar panels there. It's only a 20 watt, but that's all it needs. I'm only lifting water in a very narrow pipe, about a metre, so it's not like it's a fireman's hose job. Now somebody asked me, what am I going to be feeding this hydroponic system on? Because hydroponic gels and chemicals and all the rest of it are really expensive. So I thought I would just use the liquid fertiliser that comes from my worm farm. So I'm going to put that in, and I might add a bit of fish blood and bone mixed in because that'll dissolve down. I'll put that in as well and we'll feed that through the system and we'll monitor that and just see how it does. We can always change it later. I can get a net bag and put a whole load of compost in it, maybe some rotting compost, and put that in, or I could put in some horse dung or something like that. So I'm not going to be short of liquid fertiliser to feed into the system, and then we'll just see how well the plants do, and if they don't do well, I'll just change it. There's no big problem here, but most of all, it's cheap. Well, Debbie, what do you think?
I like the sound of the water. It sounds lovely.
Just the sound of the water.
And it's interesting. I'd be interested to see how the experiment works.
A Lego set is interesting. This is advanced hydroponics.
Yes, dear.
And on that bombshell.